All right, volume of cones. Volume of cones, this is similar to the pyramid where I told you if you had 3 pyramids with the same base and height, you can fit them, and the same base and height of a prism, you can fit 3 of those inside the prism, so the volume was 1/3. This is very similar in that we can take a cylinder with the same base and the same height as a cone, and 3 of those cones volume would fit into one of those cylinders. So the volume of a cone can be calculated by this: 1/3 pi r squared times the height. The volume of a cone is equal to 1/3 of a cylinder. So if you memorize the cylinder, it's just going to be 1/3 base area times height, just like a pyramid, 1/3 base area times height. The difference is the base area on a pyramid could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be a pentagon, it could be all different shapes. But the base area of a cone is always going to be a circle. So that base area will always be pi r squared. So looking at this example, the base area is not given to you, but here of course is our base. The area is pi 6 squared. So pi 6 squared, this is our base area. And then our height is 15. So you can see how that works. 1/3 base area times height. Okay, this is giving it to you as an exact answer, 180 pi centimeters cubed, approximately 565.49 centimeters cubed. All right, so let's do one of these examples. Let's do number 2. If you want me to do another one, I can, but I think doing number 2 and then doing the problems at the bottom is going to be sufficient. All right, so volume is equal to 1/3 base area times height. Anything with a point on it at apex is going to be 1/3 base area times height. So a cone, a pyramid, those both have points, so 1/3 base area times height. So my base area is a circle, so pi times the radius squared, and then my height is 18. Right, and now we just put that in our calculator to get an exact answer. I mean, leave it in terms of pi, it will be the volume is equal to something times pi, and that something is 3,456 pi centimeters cubed. That's my exact answer. An approximate answer would be multiplying that times pi. So I would get 10,857.34 centimeters cubed. Now, here's where some of you miss it because you don't read. It says to calculate the volume, so I did, and I gave an exact answer, and then it says round to the nearest hundredth. So I want this answer, I want what did you put in your calculator, and I want it rounded to the nearest hundredth. That's 2 places. Do we need to do another example of those 1 or 3? If you do think I do, then put that in the group chat. Otherwise, we're going to move on because the other ones are pretty much the same thing. They're all right cones. All right, so we're going to move down here to the composite solids. Again, those are 2 solids or more that are joined together in a single solid. And you're going to calculate each part or each solid separately and then add them together. So we're going to do these 4 steps down here at the bottom. It says, answer the questions about the figures. The composite figure consists of 2 different figures. I noticed this right here is a cylinder, and this right here is a cone. And so the volume of A, they're saying A is this cylinder, Again, it's going to be base area times height. So the volume of the cylinder is equal to base area times height. So my base, this is my base right here. You're shown that from the center to the edge is 8 centimeters. So this is pi r squared, where r is equal to 8. So 8 squared. And then times the height of this cylinder, and the height is 4. When I multiply this together, I get 64 times 4, which is 256 pi. Okay, if we round that to the nearest hundredth, we get approximately 804.24 centimeters cubed. For volume of the cone, so my volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 base area times height, because it's the pointy figure. So 1/3, the base area is the same as the base area for this one, pi times 8 squared. The height is not the same. The height is of the cone, so the height shows you it's 16 centimeters. So when I multiply all those together, I'm going to get the volume of the cone is equal to 1,024 pi centimeters cubed. That's the exact answer. The approximate answer would be to put that in our calculator. So I'm going to do that. 1,024 times pi divided by 3. And I get 1,072.33, or 33/100 centimeters cubed. The total of this composite figure would be to add them together. So we're going to add them together and give an exact answer, and we're going to give an approximate answer. So our exact answer is the volume is equal to 256 pi plus 1,024 pi centimeters cubed. Now I can simplify this a little bit more. If I take that 1,024 and divide it by 3, 1,024 divided by 3 gives me 341 and 1/3 pi. And if I'm adding 256 pi to that, 256 plus 341 is 597 and 1/3 pi centimeters cubed. So there's the exact answer. The approximate answer would be just to add the two that we got, 804.25 plus 1,072.33, 804.25 plus 1072.33, and I get 9,086. That doesn't seem right. Let me double check. Yeah, what did I put in my calculator? Oh, I typed it in and I was like, that doesn't even make sense. So that obviously is not the answer. 19. Just cross it off. So 804.25 plus 1072.33. Okay, much better. 1,876.58 centimeters cubed. If you use this, it might look slightly different on your decimal, probably 1876.6. So that is close enough, depending on whether you have to give it to me in decimals. So I'm going to calculate this one more. And I think that's the last of the notes, so that covers it for those notes. told you that was pretty short. Looks like we have a question. You don't have to do any more on the notes other than the ones that I gave you. If you want to